afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone had a good lunch and is ready to get started back up again with learning some more essential oils. I know everyone is super excited. We have some fun ones lined up. I'm just looking through all of them to make sure. So if you have any questions or anything, like I said, I'm going to go over probably the schedule. And if you have any questions or anything, please let me know about essential oils. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to clock in until like 12:05, 12:06. So for right now, I'm going to go over the schedule one more time so that way everyone knows, and if anyone who wasn't tuning into the 10 to 11 live is now tuning into the 12 to 1 live, that you guys kind of know what you guys are doing. So the 10 to 11 live, the 10 to 11 was a live with me. We just went over aromatherapy notes. The 12 to 1 is more aromatherapy notes, so bring your pen and paper. The 2 to 4 is come up with 5 essential oil diffuser recipes. Hand write them and turn them into me no later than 5 p.m. No, you do not need to actually make them. All we're looking for is the recipe. Whenever we're talking about making things, we just want the recipe. That is it. We don't actually want you to make anything. And then the 5 to 6 assignment is turn in the notes from this live right here, the 12 to 1 live, turn into Molly no later than 6 p.m. Are there any questions on the schedule? It was a pretty easy schedule. It's pretty easy today. I guess there are no questions, which is awesome. And I still see that people are clocking in. So hello, everyone. Sorry, I'm checking to see who's all clocked in and everything. Like I said, you need pencil and paper or pen and paper. Don't forget, guys, you need to keep all of your notes or just keep all your spirals. So that way you can turn them into the school to show that you actually did your work during distance learning. If you're like, oh, I really want to keep that, take a picture on your phone or scan it to your computer so that way you can keep those notes for yourself. If you were like, I really like that assignment, I think that I'm going to study it for my written. So if you like some notes, take a picture of it with your phone or scan it, and then you're going to turn it into us the first day you come back. So just to give everyone a heads up, keep your notes nice and organized. All of my notes are actually in a huge spiral, as you can tell. I have a ton of notes from everything I helped teach you guys. So I have a ton of notes, as you can tell. And everything is handwritten, so even I get to turn in my notes because I was still a student. So I was still a student instructor by the time we were doing this. So I get to even turn in my notes. Just make sure that you guys have a huge stack of notes and that you're ready to turn them in. Are there any questions so far about the schedule or anything like that? I know we have a lot of people still tuning in. So I'm going to give them a few more minutes to log in. I know sometimes it's delayed. I know sometimes the lives are delayed a little bit. So even if I come on like right at 12, like it still takes a little bit for you guys to see it. So. Brianna says I need a snack. Yeah, make sure that I would suggest because we're going to use a lot of brain power during these lives. So I was just eating, a little bit earlier of a lunch, or if you can survive, afterwards. All right, so I see that not a lot of people are clocking in now. So make sure that you have that pen and paper or your pen in your spiral so that way you can turn in your notes, I think a spiral is easier because you can just handle a full spiral and be completely done. And that way you don't have to worry about losing any notes. So let's get started with our first oil that we are learning about, which is nutmeg oil. So if you want to write down nutmeg oil. Ooh, Brianna got her snack and she says it's Italian salami slices with Gouda cheese and garlic flatbread. Ooh, that sounds so good. So our first essential oil we're going to talk about, coming back is a nutmeg oil, which a little thing about nutmeg oil is steam distilled from the dried kernels of the ripe seeds. So Lauren, you will not get your notes back. That's why we're saying if you want to keep some of your notes, take a picture or scan them onto your computer. So make sure that yes, Kimberly Root is right. So Wendy said to make copies of anything you want to keep. So go through your notes before you come back to school and take a picture or make sure that you turn anything in. You can scan it to your computer. I know if you have a printer that has a scanner, you can scan any of those notes to your computer, or you can just take a picture with your phone. So make sure that you guys do that before you turn them in if you want to keep anything. So nutmeg oil, it is steam distilled from the dried kernels of the ripe seeds. It is a sleeping aid, if any of you do not know that. It is a stimulant. So what a stimulant means is it helps you with, it helps your mind and body. So whenever you smell it, you're like, like you're really awake. So Connie, you have to turn in all of your notes. So scan what you want and then you turn in all of your notes. So, and also a little bit more about nutmeg oil, it helps with bad breath. So for those of you who knows that person that always has bad breath, and you can have bad breath and still brush your teeth every day. Some people just have naturally bad breath. It's completely okay, but it does help with bad breath. So if you put it with like coconut oil, which is a natural teeth whitener, so if you swish a little bit with coconut oil, it'll do just the perfect job. It'll teeth whiten and help with your bad breath. And it makes kind of like a little homemade, homemade mouthwash. Yes, Kimberly Root said, Wendy said they are turning in all of our notes into TDLR in order to show proof of participating. Yes, Kimberly, you are completely right. That's why we ask that you turn in all your notes and just either scan a copy or take a picture of the copies that you would like to keep. But you do have to turn in all of your notes to show proof that to TDLR that you were participating in the lives. So if there's anything you would like to keep, you can take a picture of it. If you don't want to take a picture of it, you can scan it to your computer. So this is nutmeg oil. It's a type of nut, if any of you don't know what a nutmeg is. You use nutmeg in cooking a lot as well. So nutmeg oil. Our next one is oregano oil. I know a lot of you use oregano to cook. Oregano is very good in like Italian seasoning. So I love to cook with oregano. I have an oregano like plant. So oregano oil is our next one. And oregano is spelled O-R-E-G-A-N-O. Oregano oil. So it is from the leaves and flowers of the oregano plant. It treats nail and foot fungus. It alleviates sinus infections and colds. And it also eases sore throats. All you have to do to help alleviate a sore throat with oregano essential oil is just add a few drops to water and mix it in really well, and then drink it, and it'll help coat that throat to make it feel a little bit better. Monica says she loves the spice for cooking. Yes, oregano is the best in Italian food. I know last week I made my own homemade spaghetti sauce because I just don't like whenever you have spaghetti sauces and they just put a ton of sugar in there. Like ragu, if you actually look at the label, it has a ton of sugar in it. So I would rather just make my own and put my own spices in there. So oregano oil, it's good for a lot more than just cooking. And whenever we're talking about this, there's dried spices for cooking, and then this is the essential oil for it. So. I know you guys are writing, but you know I love to see your participation and your comments. As long as they pertain to the lesson, I love seeing them. So that was oregano oil. Lauren, yes, you can. You can cook with essential oils. You just have to be very, very, very careful. First of all, they're concentrated, so they're super, super, super strong. Okay, so you can only do like maybe half a drop. So you can cook with them. You just have to be careful on which essential oils you can actually inhale and which essential oils you can't. So just be very cautious of that one. But yes, you can cook with them. Good question, Lauren. All right, so our next one is palmarosa oil. That one is not a familiar one to a lot of people. And palmarosa is spelled P-A-L-M-A-R-O-S-A. Oil. Christy says I have so many notes I didn't realize. Yeah, I know, excuse me, Allison Cypress had like 3 spiralfuls of notes. So she did a good job on taking notes. So palmarosa oil, it has a rose-like lemony, citrus-like aroma. Marina says, I actually really enjoyed this. Oh, okay, well, thank you, Marina. I thought this would be a fun chapter for everyone. With palmarosa oil, it helps treat dry skin, eczema, and psoriasis. It relieves anxiety and helps with the digestive system. Yeah, a lot of these, it's just fun to learn about a lot of different I know this is a lot of notes, but it's actually I think it's a lot of fun notes just because learning about the different oils is actually fun because this is something you can use not only with your clients, but at home. So I think this is fun too. Yes, Kimberly said you can cook with essential oils. Yes, you can. I know whenever, you get kind of in the like winter time, you want your house to smell really good and smell like Christmas. So a really fun thing whenever you're at Christmas is to boil, I think it's cinnamon. Joanna told me this recipe. It's cinnamon, clove, and orange peels. And she just boils them in the wintertime, and our house smells amazing. So if you ever want to do that, you can. Or if you want to, you can just put those essential oils in your diffuser, and it does the same thing. So Palmarosa essential oil. So you would probably like Palmarosa if you kind of like the floral scent or a citrusy. So next is parsley oil, parsley essential oil. I know some of you are looking at me like, wow, there's a ton of essential oils. There actually really is a ton of essential oils. Like I said, because the roots and everything, you can pretty much just extract anything from any plant. So there are a ton more essential oils than we actually thought. So I know that's pretty fun to learn about. So parsley oil is extracted from seeds, roots, and the leaves of the plants. Lime oil and cilantro, lime rice, lemon oil and lemon chicken, and cinnamon and apple cider. The options are endless. Great observation, Kimberly. I love your feedback. Yes, you can put essential oils in a lot of different dishes to cook with. Just make sure that they are food safe. So usually if you can eat a lime, you can eat the lime essential oil. Like, it's kind of that aspect, but just make sure they're food safe before you put them in your dish. So, and also a lot of essential oils are natural laxatives. So be careful with that one as well. Just a heads up. So parsley oil is extracted from seeds, roots, and the leaves of plants. It helps with infection. It also helps with digestive issues. So a little recipe. Yes, Zuli, you are correct. Most of them do help with that digestive system. You are correct with that. A lot of them help with anxiety and the digestive system. So this is parsley oil. And also a little fun little tidbit is that if you mix a drop of the parsley essential oil with a drop of tea tree oil, a little apple cider vinegar, and use it as a toner to help keep skin, sorry, my brain is like not connecting with my mouth. It helps keep skin blemish free. So that's a little fun fact. Tea tree oil is very, very good with blemishes, just to let you know. So parsley oil, tea tree oil, and apple cider vinegar. Make sure that all of them are organic. The apple cider vinegar is organic, and it is a toner to help keep skin blemish free. So just a little fun fact for those of you who like all natural to make your own beauty products. There's one for you right there. Oh, so I do not have the recipe, the exact recipe, but I do know, Lauren, that it is just 1 drop of parsley oil, 1 drop of tea tree oil, and then apple cider vinegar. And you just shake it really, really well, and it uses that as a toner. So just 1 drop of each, and then some apple cider vinegar. And it's a wonderful toner. The next essential oil is probably my favorite of all time. I love this essential oil. Like I said, it is my favorite. And I'm going to take a chapter out of Joanna's book and I'm going to start using essential oils as perfume because, you know, who just doesn't love to smell that good? I just love essential oils, the smell of them. So our next and my favorite essential oil is patchouli. Patchouli essential oils. I know a lot of you have heard of it. A lot of you love it. So patchouli is spelled Patchouli, patchouli essential oil. I love it. It is my favorite. What it is a strong, musky, earthy, and slightly sweet aroma. Yes, Stacy said that is her favorite too. It is so amazing. They also, you know, this is nicknamed the flower child oil because a lot of the flower children in the 70s would smell like patchouli oil. So your patchouli is a strong, musky, and slightly sweet aroma. It helps with inflammation. I just love the scent of patchouli. Colds and flu. It helps with fever. And since this is my favorite, I will give you a great recipe. This recipe is called Romance. Connor says he has a ton of this for incense. Yes, it also helps with incense too. Incense can also be aromatherapy, just to let you know. So it's called Romance. It's 2 drops of orange, and 2 drops of patchouli, and 2 drops of lavender. So this is our recipe for patchouli. It's called Romance. 2 drops of orange, 2 drops of patchouli, and 2 drops of lavender to create one of the best scents ever. But I think I'm going to take a page out of Joanna's book because she smells like cloves all the time. And I think I'm going to start, using patchouli as my essential oil because now every single time I smell cloves, I think of Joanna. So, and for those of you who don't know, Joanna is one of the North School instructors. So it has a strong, musky earth and slightly sweet aroma. It helps with inflammation, colds and flu, and fever. So Lauren asked, can you use mandarin orange, sweet orange, and orange essential oils interchangeably? Yes, you can. Just the difference between all those different ones is sweet orange is a little bit sweeter than all the rest of them. Sweet orange is a little bit it has a sweeter scent than orange, and mandarin orange is a little less mild. So it's not going to have as strong as an orange smell as orange is. So yes, of course you can use them interchangeably. It just depends on how strong you want the orange in your little mix to smell. But I love this. I use this all the time. Lauren, yes, they do have similar properties. So each one does the same thing. Yeah, they're all energizing and they're all great oils. So patchouli, I love this one. If, the only thing I buy from Bath & Body Works is the Aromatherapy Comfort, which is patchouli and vanilla. So those are the best. If you have vanilla essential oil and patchouli, those are the best two to mix. So, oh look, here is Joanna, the clove queen. So everyone, I want y'all to wish Joanna good luck. She is having her surgery this week. So I want everyone to wish Joanna good luck. the Clove Queen. So I want to make sure they all give her some love before she goes. She'll be nervous she's going to be nervous. So everyone give her some love. There we go. Give Joanna some love. She'll be having her surgery soon, so. I know all of her North School children are going to miss her, and South School is going to miss her as well. There we go. I love all the love that you were giving Joanna. She really needs it before she goes. That is the Clove Queen. What Joanna actually does is what I actually really, really love. She has a little spray bottle and she fills it with pure essential oils and sprays herself with it. Like, she lingers everywhere and I love it. I go in the room and I'm like, it smells like Joanna. And it just smells like pure cloves. Clove is her favorite essential oil. So, you know, if you ever are thinking about her, you know, if you ever smell clove, always think about Joanna. So good luck, Joanna, on your surgery. All right, our next essential oil is peppermint oil. A lot of people use peppermint. I know I diffuse peppermint whenever I feel nauseous, and it really, really helps. Whenever you're nervous, they say to eat a little peppermint before you know, go either to a test or, you know, any of that. I love all the love that you guys are giving Joanna. So peppermint helps with nausea. So a little tidbit before your written test, if you already haven't taken it, is eat a peppermint before you get in there. It'll help calm your nerves. Both of them, either the written or the practical. It just helps calm your nerves, and peppermint also helps with an upset stomach. So there are two ways. You can either eat a peppermint or you can put just some little peppermint essential oil, stir it up in some water and drink it, and it'll help that upset stomach. So the other thing about peppermint, it relieves anxiety. So for those of you who get really nervous and anxious before a test, you know, this is a great essential oil for you guys to use. Oh, thank you, Marie. I honestly got that from Joanna. She's the one who taught me that she should use the essential oil for the perfume. She inspired me, so I just thought it was a great idea. So you can use peppermint oil to relieve anxiety, pain relief, and it helps with vomiting. Peppermint oil also improves memory and raises awareness. So, like I said, for those of you who get really nervous during your practicals, will really benefit from peppermint. So a little recipe I have for you guys. It's called sinus problems. But you can use it for more whenever you don't even have sinus problems. It's 3 drops of peppermint. 3 drops of thyme. 1 drop of eucalyptus. And that is your sinus. Yes, Lauren said, I chewed so much peppermint gum in high school and I swear it helped me do well on my test. She would go through a pack a day. Yes, peppermint is extremely, extremely good. And guys, whenever we're talking about the essential oils, if you are actually using it as a herb, because I actually have a mint plant, and it's not peppermint, but it still has the same healing properties as an essential oil as it does the herbs. So think about it though, whenever we're talking about peppermint and you're using it, you're just eating it as a candy, you're getting these amazing, things to help with it. If you're using oregano in your pasta dish, if you're using oregano to season, you can get those amazing healing properties as well. So this one is peppermint oil. Guys, I really, really suggest, you're taking your practicals, you're taking your writtens. I know how hard it is. So if you want to, just eat a little peppermint before you go in. It improves memory. It helps with anxiety. It raises awareness, and it also just helps with nausea, because I know a lot of us get butterflies in our stomachs and our stomachs are churned. So Joanna, I know you can't eat anything before your surgery, but maybe diffuse some peppermint oil to help with those nerves. So Sam says that mint grows so well here in Austin and it comes back every spring. Yes, it does. It's amazing. I have a mojito mint plant and I love it. So peppermint, it is great for everything. Victoria says, I love adding it to teas. Cold blueberry peppermint tea is her favorite. It's amazing. So peppermint is just an amazing, amazing, amazing essential oil. That's why it is one of the most well-known. And it is, like Christy said, it's also refreshing. So my next two oils, I absolutely love the evergreen and the forest essential oils. So our next one is Peru balsam oil. Peru balsam oil. It is from balsam trees. It helps with respiratory conditions. It is an insecticide. And it also helps skin heal after a skin graft. Very, very interesting. For those of you who don't know what a skin graft is whenever, like, let's say you get a 3rd-degree burn over here on your arm and there's not enough skin to heal. What they do is they take skin from another part of the body, like the booty, and they put it on this part. So they attach skin from another place to the part you need it to. That's what a skin graft is. And also balsam oil is antibacterial. So I love balsam oil. It is so refreshing. It reminds me of Christmas. If I could, I actually do have balsam oil, a balsam essential oil. It is amazing. It makes my house smell like Christmas. So I absolutely love it. I also call it, well, it makes my house smell like winter. I love it. Whenever I think of winter, I think of balsam and pine and all evergreens and all those good ones. Yep, Carmen, you are correct. That is a skin graft, a person who got their ear replaced with part of their leg. Yep, you are correct. That's a skin graft. So this will help with the skin graft. And I just love the smell of it. It smells so good. Lauren asks, how many essential oils do I own? Do not ask. I own too many. Too many. Yes, Ashley, it's antibacterial. Sorry. I kind of ran out of room. Yes, I own a lot of essential oils. I actually make soap in my free time. So I use essential oils to make soaps. My last soap I made, the scent was Lavender Lang Lang. So I love my essential oils. I probably have over 100. Our next one is pine. I used to live out in the middle of pine woods, and it just smelled so good every single day to wake up. So our next is pine oil. Its scent is a fresh, earthy, forest-like fragrance. Yes, Sam also loves pine as well. I love pine. It comes from steam distillation of the needle like foliage. It is used with so much that it is awesome. It helps ease muscles. It helps stimulate the body. So it kind of wakes you up after a long day. It promotes a healthy metabolism. And for those of you who don't know what a metabolism is, it is all chemical reactions in the body. So it helps boost your metabolism. It also relaxes the body, and a lot of people use it as an air freshener. So one of my favorite things to diffuse in winter, it is called Christmas tree. This is my little recipe that I'm sharing with you guys. It is 3 drops of spruce, 4 drops of cedar wood, and 4 drops of pine. It makes your house smell like a forest, and I love it. So pine oil, it does a lot for everyone. It's used in fragrances, it's used in flavorings, it's used as an insect repellent, an air freshener. I know those of you, Pine Sol. Yep, that has pine essential oils in it. It relaxes the body, it eases muscles, it stimulates, it helps you with a healthy metabolism, and it just smells amazing. It just smells so fresh. I love, love, love pine. And this is a great recipe. I use it all the time in winter. So pine oil. I know there's a lot to write. Victoria said, oh, and if you add nutmeg and orange to that recipe, you'll have a Christmas dessert smell. Yes. So I love pine. I love the smell of pine. It smells fresh to me. It's used in actually a lot of fragrances and cleaning products. For example, Pine Sol. So that is pine. Our next essential oil is the red cedarwood oil. So this one is actually mistaken. So this one is red cedarwood oil. So a little fun fact, we all think, okay, red cedarwood oil, it comes from the red cedarwood. Actually, no. This essential oil comes from a type of juniper tree. It is an insect repellent. And it is also used in herbal antiseptic creams. So whenever we are talking about red cedarwood oil, we're talking about this juniper tree. But they said, you know, because this one's a lot cheaper, they just say instead of just buying red cedarwood oil, just buy Atlas cedarwood essential oil. And this one is Atlas cedarwood oil is way better than red cedarwood oil, because a lot of people think that it's cedarwood. It's just cheaper than the Atlas cedarwood, but it's really not even cedarwood at all. So they just recommend that if you like the smell of it, go get Atlas cedarwood. That's kind of what the whole book said. They're like, if you love it, just go buy cedarwood. And I was like, oh, okay, never mind. This one's crazy. Oh, fun fact, Sam. I know a woman who used to harvest the berries from juniper trees here in Texas. She boiled them and made a tea, and she treated her cedar allergies that way. That is a fun fact. I enjoy that. Thank you. Victoria, we can't bring alcohol on these lives. So yes, you can also make gin from the berries. Oh, Stacy says her sister-in-law has essential oil certifications and has so many oils. It's crazy. Yes, there are so many essential oils. You guys have no idea. I'm not even covering every single one of them that you can buy. And we've gone through a lot. So, yes. So our next one is the Roman chamomile essential oil. I know that there was a German chamomile. This one is the Roman chamomile. It's from a different plant. So, Roman chamomile oil. So this is the one that you guys are used to whenever you're buying chamomile. Chamomile oil, essential oil, is extremely, extremely, extremely expensive. So, little thing, the way the Roman chamomile oil smells is a warm, sweet, herbaceous, it has a slightly fruity scent. What this helps with is vomiting, nausea, gas, and heartburn. It helps with migraines. It also helps with allergies. And for those of you who do not know, it is amazing to get a great night's sleep. It helps with getting a great night's sleep. For those of you who don't know the power of chamomile tea before you go to bed, it works wonders. So, the Roman chamomile oil. So this one is super, super great for sleeping. I know a lot of us drink chamomile tea before we go to bed, which helps us sleep, but this one can also do it if you don't feel like drinking chamomile tea, which sometimes I do not want to, just because of the fact that, you know, you have to get up and pee in the middle of the night. So I diffuse it, and it treats me the same way. So chamomile oil. It helps with a lot of stuff. It's just super expensive. So if you want all of those, helps with migraines, helps with nausea, and all of that kind of stuff, I would just suggest buying some peppermint oil, some peppermint essential oil. So Roman chamomile. Our next one is going to be Rose Absolute essential oil. Jessica said she's going to start a collection of essential oils now. Yes, I have a huge collection of them. So Rose Absolute Oil is derived from rose blooms. It rejuvenates the mind and body. It relieves tired, cramped muscles. And it is antibacterial. So for those of you with your notes, if you're just like, oh, I don't want to take these notes, you know, it'll really, really help if you take these notes because your assignments are going to deal with all of these essential oils. So make sure that you are taking these notes. So Rose Absolute Oil. It has a rose scent. Our next one is one of the most common essential oils. It is rosemary. Rosemary is an amazing plant if you've never actually grown rosemary yourself. It's like a woody plant and is so much. I love rosemary. I grow it myself, and it is an amazing Texas plant because it loves the dry. Loves the dry. So with rosemary, essential oil, it helps with learning and memory. So let's say you do not like peppermint that much, then you can use rosemary. It helps with coughs, and it helps with headaches. So it also helps with stress relief and pain relief. And I have an amazing recipe for you guys. It is called Warm Home. So I will give you that as well. Warm Home. It is 2 drops of rosemary, 2 drops of eucalyptus, 2 drops of orange, 1 drop of cinnamon, and 1 drop of clove. So that will create, that's a little diffuser recipe. It's called Warm Home. I use it all the time whenever in the fall, especially whenever I want my house to feel nice and have that nice warm and welcoming feeling. Or I use vanilla patchouli. So that is Warm Home. Lauren said, I think this may become a new hobby of mine. Yep. I thought it wasn't going to become a hobby of mine. I was just like, oh, I'll just buy 1 oil and that'll, I'll be done. And then, oh, now I have a collection of over 100. So we can see where that took us. So yes, I love collecting essential oils because you can do so many things with them. And I love them. So rosemary oil. So Taylor asked a good question. Can we use these recipes for these assignments? No, you have to go find your own recipes. The 3rd dot says headaches. So Taylor, that was a really, really good question. No, you cannot use these exact recipes for your assignment. There are just some, they're just for you. Just a little thing that you can see what a diffuser recipe really can be. So you're welcome, Taylor. It's really easy to actually look them up. Just look up diffuser recipes on Pinterest. There's your assignment right there. So, rosemary. Lauren said we should have an aromatherapy recipe making day at school. That would be fun. Taylor said my mom wants me to make her some. Yes, so now that you guys have most of the knowledge, because we still have 2 more lives. So I think that would be fun. All right, our next oil is rosewood oil. So rosewood oil. The scent is actually a warm, spicy, woody, fruity, I know this has a lot of adjectives, floral fragrance. So this one is high, very high in price. It repels insects. It is a stress reliever. And it reduces acne and acne, pimples, and blackheads. All right, so rosewood oil. So Ashley just asked if we can use these, the diffuser recipes I'm giving you. No, you cannot. You just go on Pinterest or the internet, just look up diffuser recipes and there's plenty of them for you guys to find. Trust me. So this is rosewood oil. It's very, very, very rare. So it's extremely expensive. Taylor, yes, you can apply this one to the skin. It's just you have to use a carrier oil. So you can apply any essential oils to the skin as long as you use a carrier oil that we learned about yesterday. So rosewood oil. All right, and since it is 56, and I know that you guys' hands are hurting, that was the last one for today. So just make sure that you guys do final roll call. I know you guys' hands are hurting. So do final roll call. Don't forget your first name, last initial, school, and time. And I hope you guys are enjoying your aromatherapy chapter, and I hope you guys are learning a lot. I know I am as well from you guys as you are from me. So thank you for those little tidbits. And I enjoy, and I will see you guys tomorrow. We have a few more essential oils to go over tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for being with me. And I will give you guys a few more seconds to log off. Brianna said she's going to go buy a new diffuser. Yeah, I know some of you are going to be trying to buy new essential oils, so it's okay. I completely understand. All right, thank you guys.